Keep a lookout at the sky. It can happen at any moment. A new moon could appear that would be visible all around the clock for nearly a year. This new addition to our sky's visage would not be new. It's always been there. In fact, it may appear as a moon, but it would be a star. But before you start panicking about how a second star would affect life on Earth, let this fact ease you. This star is at a safe distance of nearly 530 to 760 light-years away from us. That means it is harmless and something we are familiar with. Betelgeuse, one of the brightest stars in our night sky, the eastern shoulder of the Orion constellation, is reaching the last phase of its life. Betelgeuse is 16 times the mass of the Sun and 764 times its width, meaning this wouldn't be an ordinary event. The star is about to go supernova any time in the next 100,000 years, and when it does, we will see the explosion as a half moon. But what if a massive star closer to us was about to go supernova? Would we see it coming? If astronomers of John Moores University in the UK are to be believed, they may have found out the warning signal a star sends before its clock starts ticking. Betelgeuse is the 10th brightest star in our night sky, clocking in at about 1 billion miles in diameter, making it one of the biggest red giants we have studied so far. But something dramatic happened in February 2020. Astronomers observed a stark drop in the star's brightness. For decades, stargazers have noticed Betelgeuse going through a 425-day cycle in which it will temporarily lose nearly a quarter of its peak brightness. But what happened 2 years ago was unprecedented. The red supergiant star lost nearly 2/3 of its brightness. This difference was large enough to be noticeable without using any telescope. Branded as the Great Dimming, a lot of astronomers began speculating that the star's time may have come and it is about to explode. If Betelgeuse was located in the center of our solar system, it would engulf the entire orbits of the planets up to Mars. The Milky Way's last supernova that could be observed from Earth was 1987A, and that happened 36 years ago. Betelgeuse is a lot closer to our planet, and its supernova will be bright enough to be visible during the daytime for weeks. Given the distance between Betelgeuse and Earth, even though our planet will be safe from harmful radiation, the explosion will still be visible to us. The star would become an incredible beacon in the sky during the daytime and would cast shadows in the nighttime. However, what else may happen, how long it would last, and how spectacular it would look are all speculations, as our calculations are based on the observations of a 1987A supernova. But that supernova happened more than 100,000 light-years away. Radioactivity is a critical part of what makes supernovae so bright. It also helps us determine if any supernovae have blown up near Earth. If a supernova occurred close enough to our planet, we'd be hit with some of these unstable nuclei. And this is why astronomers are worried. What if a star like Aldebaran, which is only 65 light-years from us, was about to go supernova? How soon would we have to prepare ourselves to save humanity from it? How would we know how much time we have left? Anthropologists believe that about 2.6 million years ago, Earth witnessed a mass extinction. Like the asteroid that made dinosaur history, this mass extinction was also caused by a tragedy. But that tragedy occurred nearly 150 light-years away from our planet. It is theorized that the Earth's sky received massive cosmic rays hurtling from the death of the star, and their radiation was responsible for the extinction of more than 36% of species living on the planet that altered the chain of evolution. It is clear that if such an event happens today, by the time our telescopes and satellites would receive the visuals of a supernova happening, it would be far too late for us. And that is why astronomers have been frantically looking for an answer while observing red supergiant stars and supernovae around the galaxy to find out if stars give any indication before going kaboom. Supernovae play key roles in the evolution of stars. They are responsible for creating elements that form other cosmic bodies, and as deadly as they can be, they also play a vital part in creating life as we know it. The red supergiant, which sounds like a sports franchise name, is basically Red Giants, but only bigger. Like Betelgeuse, Antares from the Scorpius constellation is another example of such a star. The red supergiants clock around 8 to 20 times the mass of the Sun and are some of the most interesting to watch. Obviously, with such a large size, their mass is not concentrated but spread across the surface, and at the end of their lifespan, they run dangerously low on fuel to support the continuation of nuclear fusion in their core. When the fusion slows down enough to fail to provide equal output pressure to match the inward pressure of gravity, the star collapses and explodes. The innards of the star burst into space, the process we call supernova. However, before the star collapses, it sheds a lot of mass, which is yet another mystery astronomers haven't solved yet. Why does a star go on a diet before dying? Nobody knows. Thanks to simulations conducted by the team of researchers led by astrophysicist Benjamin Davis of Liverpool John Moores University, we perhaps have a supernova alarm system. The outcome of their simulations proved that red supergiants accumulate huge amounts of material around them, which forms a sort of cocoon and obscures the light. The simulation also suggested that stars do this cocooning process rather quickly, as many red supergiants that were captured by space telescopes at their peak brightness went on to explode less than a year later. So, does this system give humanity time to escape if ever Earth comes into the blast range of a supernova? Perhaps not. However, it seems there is more to this process. According to Dr. Benjamin Davis, the light of the star is supposed to faint 100 times in the visible part of the spectrum for a supernova. Shortly before it explodes, the star may get completely obscured by the dense material around it for say a day or two, which means the star will vanish completely in our sky if it has started the countdown to the explosion. This theory seems to work well with Betelgeuse as well, which by now has recovered considerably from its great dimming. Betelgeuse is regularly waxing and waning in brightness, and if the scientists of John Moores University are correct, it may vanish entirely one day before reaching its end, and then we will get to see it again as an explosion, half the size of the Moon, a small magic trick that this star will pull before the grand exit. Following the example of Betelgeuse, we can look out for stars nearby that start dimming massively, and we can prepare for the evacuation program if our planet is in danger of the blast or radioactivity. But till then, this technique will help astronomers to identify and locate stars that are about to go supernovae, so that we can study this beautiful but extremely dangerous process. What do you think? Would we get to see Betelgeuse go supernova in our lifetime? Tell us in the comments what you predict. And as always, thanks for watching Fact Nomenal. Please like and share if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing videos like this.